Hi, everybody. Dr. Joan Ifland here. Today, we are going to unlock one of the secrets to success in the ARC, and that is how to get time on your side. We're going to go over the rationale for that bold statement, but you're going to see why getting time on your side could impact your whole life and of your household and how to do it. So we are going to talk about 5 steps today. First is to get the motivation. When you understand what impact having time on your side makes in your life, you'll want to do it. Step 2 is to become aware of the types of time that you have in your day. Step 3 is to make notes, even if they're just mental notes. Oh, I'm in fully engaged time right now. But now I'm only partially engaged, or now I have time all to myself, or now I have 5 minutes. So you're going to start to make notes, even mental notes, about what kind of time occurs throughout your day. Then you can match your ARC engagement with the type of time that you have in that moment. And then you will gradually implement more and more hours of ARC exposure, because that is how you get rid of the food industry programming, the screen programming, all the negativity that our culture has to offer us. So here's the motivation. Research shows that we are kind of like the sum of the 5 people that we see the most. And this includes people whom we see on screens. So this means that these are the 5 people that your brain is copying the most. And what the ARC has to offer is enough screen time with healthy people that your brain switches over from following unhealthy people in mainstream culture over to healthy people. This is how you gain skills. This is how you gain control of your thoughts. When you have enough ARC time where you're hearing positive messages, it doesn't have to be the ARC. It could be a faith message. It could be a spiritual message. It could be a nice meditation, a positive meditation, or maybe recorded prayers on YouTube. But it's something that's very, very uplifting. Now, the ARC time is the only time that's going to contain science and explanations and understanding of why doing this versus that is going to make you happier and healthier. These are the skills that protect you against corporate exploitation through, I say here, sick messaging, but you can think of it as sickening messaging. It's messaging that is designed to make you sick because it manipulates your brain into buying products that are bad for you. So we are in competition with these addiction scientists hired by the corporations, these PhD marketing, screen engagement, persuasive. It's just the words that they use to describe these corporate skills. It's really disturbing. But we're teaching you here in the ARC how to defend against that. So this is how it works. When you get control over the types of time, when you get control over the types of time, and now you know how to fill in that time with positive messaging. Now you know how to control messaging. When you know how to control the messaging that reaches your brain, remember, your brain is just helplessly taking in that messaging, storing it as if it were true, and then referring to that messaging to direct you in what to do in various circumstances. So getting control over your messaging is what gives you control over your thoughts and feelings. When you have control over your thoughts and feelings, that is how you get control over your food and your behavior. When you have control over your food and behavior, then you have control over your health and your well-being. This is This is what leads to a fantastic life. This is how you build that fantastic life. So let's become aware of 4 types of time. One type of time is you're fully focused on your job. You're getting paid to do a job, or it's a volunteer job, and you need to be fully focused on it. But a lot of our day is spent in partially focused. Like your employer allows you to listen through headphones to other material while you're at work. Or there are dozens and dozens of partially focused time blocks when we're not fully focused on work. And then you have your own, really your own time to fully focus on you. And then you've got these great 5-minute snips through the day, or 1 minute. And we're going to tell you how to incorporate the ARC into all of these types of time. So when you're fully focused on your work, there is no ARC. And that's sad, but we have to be respectful of our employers. When you're partially focused, here is the big window of opportunity. You're going to start to realize through the day that you could be playing ARC material in the background. This has an enormous impact. Your own time to fully focus on yourself. We're going to show you what ARC activities you can engage in during that time. And in the 5-minute snips, just go into your pod. You've got a home pod, and just go in there, read the last few comments, just type a few words about what you're doing. And this is how you stay engaged in the ARC. Okay, so partially focused. Let's talk about times when you're partially focused. You're getting dressed. Yeah, you're focused on getting dressed, but you have enough brain space to also be listening to something in the background. You're brushing your teeth. You're driving. You're fixing food. You're doing housework or yard work. You're on any kind of media. Any kind of media. You can be listening to the ARC in one ear and looking at media out of your eyes. You could be shopping or doing errands or waiting in line for a pickup to pick somebody up, or even waiting for an appointment. You could be exercising, or you could be at a sporting event, and you can be listening to the ARC. This, I think, is the greatest area of breakthrough. This, I believe, has the greatest potential for filling up your brain with safe messaging and blocking out the addiction messaging from the corporations. So just this, if you're going to take, your awareness one step at a time, start to be aware of times when you're only partially focused on what you're doing. When it's your own time, then you can engage in an ARC activity. We have a huge resource center at foodaddictionreset.com, and you can find activities there. You can work an ARC exercise, and there are links there, or you can go to a chat where they're working exercises like the resilience chat. You can do a post in your home pod or your specialty pod, or you can go join in a discussion. We have relax hours where people are just chatting, or you can do a check-in at a chat or a conference call. So this is when you really have your own time and you're not being distracted. You don't have anything else to do. You're sitting down and fully focusing. You could have 0 of this kind of time and still be highly successful in the ARC. This is not one of those things where you have to set aside hours. You have to negotiate. No. You can be fully successful in the ARC just by using time when you're partially focused on something else. So make notes throughout the day. Assess what you're doing. How much focus does it really require? Could you be listening to ARC messaging? Could you be listening to the ARC material in the background? And I want to really bring focus on this idea of listening to ARC material in the background inside your house. Because when other household members overhear this fascinating material, it will give you common language with them. It will give you something to talk about with them. You'll not be fighting them. You'll not be manipulating them to eat better. They will naturally gravitate towards eating better. It might take a year, might take a couple of years, but playing this material where your household members can overhear it is gold. So then once you have an idea of what kind of time you're experiencing through the day, now you can match up. You can say, I have this kind of time. I'm hard at work. I can't listen to the ARC at all. But here I'm driving. I can listen to it in the background. Here I've got 15 minutes at the end of the day when I can really focus on myself before I go to bed. Start to assess what kind of times you have. The least amount of attention are passive events. They're chats, they're conference calls, they're relaxed hours, they're conference call recordings, they're workshops. So those don't require you to engage and participate. And those are the kinds of events that you can listen to while you're doing something else. The most amount of attention, the hours when you really just want to sit down and focus on yourself, those are you're actually writing something in your pod, or you take your hand down during a chat and you participate. So now you're just going through this process. This is the kind of time I have, and this is the kind of ARC activity I can engage in during that time. So gradually turn on your messaging depending on the kind of time that you perceive you have. This is going to take a while. It could take some months before you feel like you're maxed out, that you've really integrated the ARC to the fullest extent possible into your day. And you'll find yourself, driving home, and you'll get home. It's like, oh, I could have been listening to the ARC. So you'll start catching yourself and just build slowly. Give yourself weeks, months, however much time it takes to get used to turning on the ARC appropriately for your life. All right, wait for the miracles. When you protect your brain with ARC messaging, be prepared to be amazed at how easy it is to control your food, your mood, your health, your destiny. You're in control of your destiny. I am a powerful ARC warrior for wellness, and I know how to take care of myself. I know how to protect myself, and I know how to protect my household. So thank you. Thanks for watching this. You know that we train people worldwide to help others in recovery from processed foods. So if you're interested in training to have extra income in this field, please check out the website foodaddictionrecoveryadvocate.com. Get a fulfilling job and career. And always email us with any questions, thoughts, suggestions, ideas. We love hearing from you at info@processedfoodaddiction.com. Thank you so much. And I will see you around the ARC. I hope I hear from you. This is such a joy to get out from under the burden of diet-related diseases. It's great to be in the sunlight of the truth, and it's great to take your health into your own hands. So let me hear from you.